Hi everyone, and welcome back to Navisim 101, and welcome to Gambela Airport in Ethiopia. So I am partway through my world tour, which I put out on the channel just the other day. So you can see here, this is where I am. This is Gambela, there just right next to Gambela National Park in Ethiopia. Alright, on the west coast there, and today I'm going to take a flight down to Lodwar, okay, which is right here. Okay, so that's Lodwar. So yeah, I do have a video on the channel about creating or downloading my world tour. If I just zoom out, you can see it right there. Alright, so I do have quite a long way to go. I started off from Gatwick Airport on the 20th of February, okay, and just progressively made my way across Europe and through Jerusalem, West Bank, Egypt, Sudan, and now into greener pastures in Ethiopia. Alright, cool. Now just over here is information for our flight from SimBrief. It's quite a direct flight, really, nothing complicated. And actually, do you know what? So around about here is Bowman National Park. I might actually take a slight detour and just swoop down a bit, see if I can see any fauna, any wildlife there. Do you know, I haven't seen any wildlife at all in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 at all, even though I've got the setting turned right up. But you never know, today might be the day. Alright, cool. So yeah, so this is the flight plan, and now it's got me at an initial altitude of 29,000 feet. No, 20,000 feet, sorry. Yeah, that's how high I'm going. Alright, and yeah, so block fuel is 511 kilograms. Alright, cool. So let's go back into the aircraft. So I'm going to be using the beautiful, or I have been using, should I say, the beautiful TBM 850. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is just pop on inside the aircraft and I'll see you in there. Alright, so we'll just put the stairs up and we'll close the door, a hatch just there. Cool. Right, there is a little tag here that you can actually click to open the baggage door on the outside. Alright, and just make our way to the front here. Alright, cool. So welcome to the cockpit of the TBM 850. Alright, now it is quite a hot day, so yeah, if I close the door, it's going to really heat up inside, and that's one of the cool thing about the Blacksquare TBM 850 is that it does actually react to the current conditions, and the cockpit and the fuselage, the cab, would actually get quite hot. Alright, so we'll just turn our circuits on. So we're going to be using or opening up the crash bar, just moving that up. Okay, now this is a switch. Alright, so just to show that, if we turn this on, that works. Okay, so this is wired to the what's called the hot avionics. Okay, so if I get up the iPad, now this is a recent installation, recent addition to the TBM 815 that was introduced about 6 months ago. Alright, I'm teetering on doing a video about this because it does really contain quite a lot of information. Alright, really cool. Okay, so you can see here the bus bar from the battery goes through the crash bar, okay, and then it goes to hot avionics and some other things here as well. Okay, cool. And you can see the other one goes to the battery source, which isn't on at the moment, right? But if I turn it on like now, there you can see the whole thing lights up and sends power just about everywhere. All right, cool. Okay, so let's just turn that off. Our fuel is 511 kilos, so we're going to just add more fuel. Okay, so we got 520, but I'm going to have to balance out the fuel, so yeah, we've got 551. Okay, that's good. All right, so now what we can do is just go through our pre-flight. All right, now what this has got is a handy checklist, okay, which I use all the time. So we got crash lever up, source selector, okay, that is on. Now they say to switch it off. Okay, source selector is off, generator selector main that goes up to the main. Okay, right, starter off, ignition auto or off. So let's put that on auto. Okay, just going to check a few things up here while I'm here actually, because the checklist is going to ask us a bit later on. So the oxygen gauge, that should be around about 18, which it is. All right, oxygen switch down, passenger oxygen that stays up. Okay, horn. Okay, now that's not going to sound because we haven't got the source on. Okay, emergency lighting. Okay, that works as well. Just about to see that. Nav. Okay, and fuses. Fuses look good. Okay, exterior lights all off. Gyro instruments all off. Emergency lights test. Circuit breakers all in. The ice and switches, which is here, they're all off. I'll just check the lights there. Check the lights here. That's good. And check the ECS panel. Test for light. And yep, that's all good. Landing gear control levers down. Parking brake is set. Oh, now checking the lights, you can't see that. Okay, that is, yeah, it's going to be difficult to actually see now because the sun is covering those lights there. So yeah, okay, landing gear control, autopilot trim master, which is this one. Now this is a 3-way switch. Okay, be aware of that, so you don't actually just switch it once. It needs to go twice. Okay, when you do switch this switch up, it does go into a self-test mode. Okay, right, that's that off. And radio master. Okay, well we've got that on because we need it on right now. Bleed air. So this is all your air section and altitude section. So that's all off. Air conditioners off. Dump switch, which is here, that's off. Ram air handle, which is this one there. Auto fuel selector, that's this one here, so that's in manual for the pre-flight. Auxiliary boost pump there, that's off. Tank selector, that is left. ELT, just up there, that's on, or armed, should I say. Parking brake, that's set. Now we come to the manual override lever, which is this one. Okay, now you're not supposed to do this, okay, but I've just done it. Alright, but just to show you, that it's here. So this basically is used in emergencies when you don't have any throttle power, but you've got to be really careful on this, very careful indeed in the use of this. Okay, right, that's working. That's going to be in max RPM, and that's all working. Okay, cool. And right, we're going to put all the way down the flaps. No, that's not working. That's not at the moment because I don't have it switched on. Okay, good. Okay, flap control up. Battery bus power, we've seen that. Source selector, now they ask for the source selector. Okay. Get used to switching these on and off. Everything you do on this aircraft requires you to reset the master warning and master caution warning. Right, source selector, that's done. Voltmeter, okay, we've got 25 volts. And exterior lights panel, lights test, which has been done. Fuel gauges, quantity check, that's good. Oxygen annunciator, which is this one. If this one is illuminated, it means that the refill bottle is outside and the small door is open, so you want to make sure that that is extinguished. Interior lights as required. Environmental panel, that's the ECS button we checked. That's that. Flaps down. Okay, now you can see and hear that it is electrically operated. Landing gear lights panel test. Well, you can see that's flashing a bit, and now we can see that's on. Okay, cool. And pitot 1 and 2. So pitot 1, pitot 2 plus a stall heater. So pitot 1 or pitot 1 and 2, they go off and turn them back on again. Okay, pitot heat off, de-icing panel, lights test, source selector. I don't understand why they want this source selector off. In the next breath, they're saying to turn it back on again. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Alright, so that's simple pre-flight. Done. Okay. Right, nose baggage door. That is open, we can see it there. Okay. You don't have to go to the back to close it, you just go to the iPad and you can see there that it closes. Alright, that's closed. Engine compartment is closed. Okay, you can open the engine compartment via this button and that button. Also there's levers underneath here, pretty much like a car bonnet. You can pull that and it will open as well. Right, cabin access door, that's closed. Pilot door, okay, it's latched now. If we have a look at the temperature here, it's 28. Okay, well, we're going to go for an engine start, so we'll close that. And there we are. Now these chevrons here, it's gone green, so that shows that it is locked. Okay, and we've got no one around. Okay, so that's all right. Pilot door is latched, parking brake is set. Seats and seat belts, oxygen pressure, we checked that. Oxygen supply is on. Passenger oxygen off. Microphone selector, that is just here. Okay, so that's normally in the norm position. And starter is off, ignition auto, landing gear control once again is down, radio master on if clearance required. Source selector, BAT or GPU, can you see? It's just, didn't see the point of turning it off, it's crazy. A horn test. Yeah, horn test is okay. Door annunciator, this one here, that is extinguished. Now, if you had the nose baggage door open or any one of the baggage doors, then it's not connected to the door circuit. Okay, so you're going to have to physically check that it's closed before you take off. Fuel gauges, check quantity, auto fuel selector, That's switched to auto now. Auto select annunciator, that's off. Okay, and auto fuel selector is so shift. Okay, let's shift it over to the right and shift it back. Engine instruments. Okay, so we just run through these, make sure everything is in the right position. Okay, then we've got the ITT test, so just click on this button here and it goes up to 1200 and we release. It's all checked. Exterior lights, okay, as required. Checklist. Right, so that is the before start checklist. So now we're ready to start the engine. Okay, so we'll just shout clear. Well, there's no one here. No one's going to hear us. Okay, so now the start sequence. All right, so once again we want to check all these are off. Okay, that's in the right position. Okay, and so startup sequence is pretty easy, really. So we want to make sure the auxiliary boost pump is on. Okay, you will hear that running. Check the fuel gauge. Okay, auxiliary pump beep. Boost pump on. Annunciator, that's on. Okay, fuel pressure is extinguished up here, and fuel gauge, fuel pressure rather, is green. Ignition auto, we know that, and starter on. Okay, so right, so starter on. Okay, that's that, and then we check for starter. Flashing ignition is on. Now we are looking for 13% here. Prop rotation is good, and now we're going to go into low idle. There we go, it's low idle. And now we're looking for the ITT. That seems like it's maxed out at 831, and NG as well. Okay, that's going now, looks good. Okay, now we're looking for 52% or 53. That's good. So we're going to switch to high idle. Okay, high idle, and switch off the starter. Okay, and just monitor the temperatures here. Okay, good. So I use the engine trend monitor to just monitor the figures there and just see it a lot better than. Alright, so that is the startup. Okay, and we want to switch auto. Let's switch the auxiliary boost pump to auto and check that all pressure's good. Condition levers high idle. Engine instruments checked. Auxiliary boost pump auto, the light as well. Extinguish fuel pressure. Annunciator extinguished. Main gen annunciator, which is right here, extinguished. Volt meter, that should be up to about 28%, which it is. Okay, cool. And ammeter, yeah, it's charging. Okay, so we want to jump this because we're not starting the engine via GPU. Alright, so let's go to the after start list. Alright, so gyro instruments, gyro section, gyro slaving. So switch all these on. Okay, we'll switch on taxi lights because we're going to be taxiing out in a second. Right, so switch on. Our gyro instruments there, and you can see how hot. Look how hot the cabin is. It's crazy. Look, 32 degrees. So we're going to switch this on pretty quickly. Okay, get the air cons on, and that will go down very soon. Okay, so gyro suction there, and gyro slaving, that switch is down. Okay, and radio master, we know that's on. Prop the ice, okay, check green. Okay, so So we just run through checks to make sure these are working, not that we're going to need any de-icing facility. Okay, now this one here, this is the airframe de-ice. Okay, you can see there, oops, sorry, just cycling through. Alright, now if you switch this and you don't see these lights going through their cycles, now you probably haven't got the bleed on, because they do work from bleed air. Okay, so it will go through one cycle and then it will finish. Okay, good. So prop ice, yeah, that's all done. Airframe done. Yeah, inertial separator, inert sep. Okay, switch that on. And at the front of the aircraft, you've got this little hatch that opens inside the engine. Okay, so if I show you, actually, cabin, where is it now? Engine. There we are. So that's the inert sep. Okay, so if I just move that out of the way, I forgot to say you can actually move this. So inert sep. Okay, just have a look at that. You can see there that it's moving, and any particles now will go straight up through the engine, so we don't want that. So we'll just switch that back down. Okay, so that's inert sep. And yeah, it has its own light here, so when it's on, it will tell you like that. Okay. Alright, so what else? Okay, so that's on, ammeter below 50, yeah, that's fine. Generator selector, he wants it to go to standby. Okay. It just shifts the voltmeter a little bit, so I'm not sure what the point of that is. Generator selector. Voltmeter, it's around 28. Ammeter, yeah, generator selector main. Flaps up. Okay, you can see the flap indicators going down. Bleed air is auto, fan flow, air conditioning, cabin temperature, set, we'll set that down a bit. Okay, and over here we've got another temperature gauge, we'll put that down, so 24 degrees, so we'll put this down to about 18. Alright, airflow distributor, which is here, this should be pointing up, and we got the 20,000 set. Okay, good, good. Weather radar is on standby. Or select, oops, standby. Okay, sorry, this is the one I'm looking for. That one here, we'll just make sure that's on 15 degrees. Point the radar up. Right, so EFS master here. That should be to the left. Okay, and we got that there. Autopilot trim master. Okay, so have a look there. Like I said, you switch that, you put it into a 30-second test mode. Okay, so you can't adjust this or anything, you just got to wait for that to ride out, and then you can create it. So that's done, that's done. Electric trim test, yeah, that's working. I hardly ever have to set this, it just stays where it is, and yeah, the aircraft's fine. Although you do have to use it to adjust the elevators. Taxi light, let's put that on now. Oh, that is on. Okay, good. And inert sep, that's on. Annunciator, parking brake, tow brakes. Okay, do need to switch on these. Okay, cool. Right, so that is our checkup. Let's just set our altitude. So we're just going to go straight up to 20,000. and just click it once again, and you've got the feet per minute, so that's 2000. Okay, you can press arm, and you can see it will arm that. Alright, cool. So parking brake, toe brakes. Right, so we're ready to taxi out now. Okay, so let's go to our flight plan. Okay, so click on flight plan and set destination. Now you can actually just import this from SimBrief. Okay, so yeah. Does take a minute or two. There you go. Right, so nice. That is our little flight plan there. Okay, cool. And if we just click on home, we can go to the map, and you can see we are taking off northbound, and I'm going to be switching, turning here at Bro, 3,300 feet. Okay, and proceeding down south. Okay, cool. Right, and menu, and you can get all these different features of the GNS to switch on and switch off. Okay, you can see you've got labels there for your flight and waypoints as well. Now there is another map you can use, so go back to the home, click on utilities and map, and there you can actually see a different kind of map. Okay, I like this one because it's got this center button right here. Okay, so whereas with this one you literally do have to find yourself, you have to scroll out until you see the aircraft and then manually drag the map so you can see where you are. With this one, like I said, all it is just this center. Okay, and it's into that map. Cool. Right, okay, so we'll change that to 2000. Okay. Oh, it's 1200 here, VFR. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, I like this one actually. You can change it to VFR. You've got VFR Navigraph day, night, IFR low, day, low, night, and other maps you've got here. Okay, so yeah, that's really cool. IFR day. Let me see if I'm not sure if I'm going to get the ATC. Let's see if the ATC has actually got us for IFR ground. Alright, so we've got request IFR clearance for instrument departure. I'm wondering if I should just go VFR because I'm going to detour a bit. Well, look, you know what? I'll just take this.
TBM 5-2 Papa Sierra IFR to Hotel Kilo Lima Oscar, ready to copy.
TBM 5-2 Papa Sierra is cleared to Hotel Kilo Lima Oscar Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 36 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.1 squawk 000 trees.
Alright.
TBM 5-2 Papa Sierra cleared to Hotel Kilo Lima Oscar Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 36 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 125.1 squawk 000 tree.
Alright, there we are.
Papa Sierra readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9er when ready to taxi. Good day.
121.9er. Okay. Right, so now we've got a couple of other things to do. A weather check. So we'll click on this and we'll go to waypoint info, and you can go to weather data, get data. Look, no meta data available. So I'm going to have to cheat and press B for the altimeter there. So be. Alright, no adjustments there, fortunately. Alright, 1013. So, yeah. Runways, you can see runway right here. And yeah, that's that. So, map. And if we zoom in. Now, I did actually buy, regarding the GNS 750, right? Where am I? I did actually buy the full license. Okay, you can buy it for like 1 year. For how much is it? Was it £25? Was it £25? Oh, come on, this is a bit. Well, I ended up paying £75 for a lifetime. Okay, I regret not doing that in the first year. Really, would have saved myself some money, but you know, anyhow. Okay, so we're going to taxi out and turn left and backtrack on runway 18 for our northbound departure, and then we're going to turn around here. Okay, so that's that. Right, so back to utilities and checklists. So parking brake and toe brakes. Okay, so right, I'm going to switch on the what do you call it? What have I got now? I've got the tracker. Right, so let me see if I can get the tracker on. Alright, yeah, it's working. Okay, I just need to center that up and also just select. Now I do need to select. It's a bit shaky at the moment, so I do need to pause it. And right, I do need to just get the program up. Okay. Right, and oh, it is on precision. Okay, so the position setting basically makes it a lot smoother. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Right, also select nav. So we click this once, twice, and we get the GPS. Okay, and we want right. So if we just go to flight plan and go to the airport, waypoint info, charts, select info, airport, and you can see where we are. Okay, so runway length is good. Okay, well over 8,000. You can actually land, a jet on this airstrip. Okay, so 36358 is the heading. Okay, 358. Okay, so what we're looking for right now. Okay, cool. Alright, so parking brakes and also parking brakes and toe brakes to check. Oh, come on, get back. Yeah, I wanted to put this on because yeah, no one else is going to be in the area, but I still like to have it on. That's on, yes. Right, it's cool. Okay, so let's just take the parking brake off and taxi round. Okay, so parking brake off. Actually, let's call up, not so fast, but not VFR. Okay, request taxi IFR.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra, ready to taxi IFR.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 36 using taxiway. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Taxiway what?
Taxiing hold short runway tree 6 via taxiway TBM 5 to Papa Sierra.
I've actually got the responses for ATC set up on my controller. So basically, like the controller, so I can actually respond to 1, 2, and 3, 4, even up to 4, and without having to click on this and bring up the window, I can actually respond. So I can tune in Gambela Tower when I'm ready. Yeah, cool. Okay, so parking brake off, and let's switch this off. Okay. Oh look, there's another aircraft there with no landing gear. And another one as well. Oh. I've noticed that, you know. I've noticed that a few of these aircrafts here don't have landing gears. Right, so okay, now this aircraft, the engine, right, the latency on it is really bad. Okay, so you've got to be really careful with the power setting. Okay, you can really shoot very high if you're not careful with it. Right, now on the left there in the annunciator window, you've got beta. Okay, so basically what this is, right, it's very handy. You've got, so I can get this taxiing straight. So round here, if you see, you've got taxi. Okay, so got about 15% on the power throttle, and that's just for taxiing purposes, right? So what the beta light is there for, right? It helps to keep you in the taxi range. Okay, so that there, okay, if you go a bit more than that taxi range, the beta goes off. You can see it. Basically, it's telling you you're out of like taxi. You're out of taxi range, and the aircraft, right, is going to start shooting off. Okay, cool. So we will just stop there. Put the parking brake on. Okay. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is go through a test. So we'll need to test a few things before we taxi onto the runway. So checklist. Okay, toe brakes and checked. Next checklist. Okay, so this is before takeoff checklist. Parking brake is set. Terrain test. That's that. And we got and let's hit a test. Okay, that's all done. Done. Power lever. Right, so this is where we check the prop. Okay, so basically we're going to wind this up. Okay, put this up. You can see the prop meter there, up to 19. Okay, so you can see how a bit difficult to get it set. Okay, that'll do. So you can see right here. Notice it's gone up again. I think I moved it when I took my hand off the mouse. It's such a pain to set right, you know. Coming down a bit, down a bit. Up slightly. Right, we'll leave it like that, right? Then we just get the prop, cycle that down. See, it's gone down and up again, and down, up again. Right, cool. Right, up again, sorry. And then we're going to do the governor here, overspeed test governor. So if I can just pause the screen and click on that and watch that going down to around about 18. Not all the way there, but it's gone down far enough, I suppose. Okay, cool. And then we can put throttle back down again. So that's set, that's done. Prop governor is checked, and Yeah, that's down. Okay, fuel imbalance. No, we don't have one. Auto fuel selector. It's auto. Boost pump is auto. Auto fuel selector shift to fullest. Well, they're both the same amount. Set flaps for takeoff. Pitot 1 and 2 switches are on. Once again, de-icing systems as required. Inert set, that's on. Advisory panel, all off except brake and inert. Well, yeah, got the beta here which we've selected. You can actually turn that off in the iPad panel settings. Advisory panel, engine instruments, checked. Flight controls, check. Yeah, free and correct. That's good. Ammeter, once again, ammeter, that's good. Trims, yeah, that's good. Parking brake release, strobes, let's put the strobes on. Strobes are on. Okay, so let's call up for clearance. Alright, so let's just press that and call tower. Well, I did actually press number 1. Oh, see, press number 1, then I'm supposed to press number 2. That's on my flight controls here. We'll just do it like this.
Gambela Tower TBM 5 to Papa Sierra at runway tree 6 ready for departure IFR to Hotel Kilo Lima Oscar.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra altimeter 29.94 wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 6.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 6 TBM 5 to Papa Sierra.
Okay, so we click the takeoff. I'd be very surprised if we weren't. There's no one around here at all. You know, and that's the good thing about doing a world tour, is that it just brings you to airports that you would never ever go to. More than likely not. I don't think I'd be round here if I weren't doing the world tour. I think I'd probably be somewhere in Europe still. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to learn a bit more about the TBM 850, then do go to Steve01 Canevo, his YouTube channel. He's uploaded many videos on the TBM 850, as that was his aircraft for his job. He currently flies another aircraft now. He's sometimes in the 940. But yeah, I find it a good resource to help with my knowledge and how to fly this lovely aircraft. I do think it's the best GA aircraft available on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I don't currently have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 installed. I did try it. I tried it twice actually. First time was a disaster, absolutely. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. And the store wasn't functioning then, so I just thought, you know what, forget it. And then I tried it again. I reinstalled it, right, just a few weeks back, and it just wasn't working on my system. I don't have a very good graphics card. I'm on a 1660 Ti, which is not good. I've got this setting turned down to about 70. Can you believe it? 70. And I'm running OBS, so I think I'm literally just about getting away with it. Alright, so parking brake on, and just going through a few checks. HSI, compass, okay, let's check altitude. I've got 8,000 feet. Altimeters, yeah, we did set that. Altitude selector. Okay, weather radar to on. Landing lights, that's all done. Ignition on auto. Interior lights required. Cabin lights. Transponder is set. Parking brake release. Okay, and then autopilot your damper taxi lights. Okay, and then it's turning back round to 180. Alright, cool. So we've got our clearance. It's just down to us really to get going. Okay, flaps. Yeah, flaps are set. Alright, so let's get going, guys. It's going. Enough time. Alright, so prop up slowly. And in this aircraft we're looking for 85 knots on takeoff. Okay, 85 knots. Gently pull up. It's about 10 degrees. There. Bouncy and positive rate, gear up. And we just get to our
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra. Goodbye.
got way past that instructions for that turn.
Addis Ababa Center TBM 5 to Papa Sierra is passing 2,900 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra, Addis Ababa Center altimeter 29.94 radar contact. Continue to enter.
You can see what I'm saying about this map. You know, all you got to do is just click center. Right, flaps up. I've gone past 122. Should see ourselves swinging back around here. Look at that, lovely, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so good. Right, so we're looking out for 200 because we've got the inert SEP still out. So what we're going to do is just turn that off, and we can actually build up some more speed. Right, so let's climb. Right, so I'm going to put your damper, so autopilot your damper, nav on. That should pick up the nav right about now. Right, we just get ourselves up there. Start climbing. I'm going to put it into IAS mode, like that. Okay, that way we don't have to worry about our speed because the aircraft will do what it can to maintain the speed selected. Whereas if you don't put IAS mode on, right, there is a possibility that your airspeed could drop off and you're busy looking at other stuff and your airspeed has gone critical. It's gone even down to 100, 85, and you won't notice, and the aircraft will just tilt and start going down. If you don't have the altitude, or like we don't really at the moment, then yeah, you could run into a few problems. Right, so let's just go to our checklist, and right, that's done. Taxi lights, let's just turn these off.
TBM 5, 2 Papa Sierra climb and maintain 13,000 feet.
Right.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet, TBM 5, 2 Papa Sierra.
Right, cool, 13,000. Right, yeah, let's go through that checklist. Landing lights required. Checklist not finished. What didn't I select? Parking brake. No, sorry. Oh, it's fine. Okay, so climb. Landing gear is up and indicated. Flaps are up and indicated. Right, what we need to do now is select 850 mode. Okay, so when we do that, we've got to watch the power setting. Okay, that's going to shoot up. So 850 mode is to go above the flap setting, and so I just stop this from moving, and up one click. Okay, now grab the power handle. There you go. Oops, sorry, that was too much. Up a bit more. This thing is sensitive, I tell you. Okay, so we're going to go, right, look, to that red bar there. Anything above that red bar is going to give us an ITT warning. Okay, you can see it there, look, talk, not ITT, sorry, talk. So you've really got to keep your eyes on that. Okay. Sometimes it comes out of nav for some reason. Not sure, haven't figured it out yet why it does, and you could actually find yourself, if you're not concentrating, you'll find yourself going off course. Alright, that's why I like to have this one here, just so that I can actually check my aircraft while this one is away from the main flight plan. That's the GNS 530. Okay, temperature is about 19. Let's just turn it down a little bit. Okay, so we'll just go through this. Power lever, observe limits. Right, and right, this is here, look. Observe torque, NG, NP, ITT, and oil pressure limitations. Use optimum torque and or refer to tables. Okay, so yeah, just observing those. Okay, cabin altitude, cruise plus 1,000 feet. Okay, with the cabin altitude, we can go to the pad cabin. Okay, you can see here you've got quite a good clear representation of where we should be. So that's us there in the aircraft. Okay, that's our altitude. Okay, and that's where the aircraft actually is. Okay, notice how The inside is representing the coolness of the cab, 19 degrees. That does change colour if it got really hot in here. The ram air, okay, you've got this here, that will shut that off. Want fresh air outside. Notice it, oh, see that's moving there, like that. Alright, let's just finish our checklist here. Our cabin altitude is good, climb rate, it's checked. Our cab diff, temperature, fuel and balance is good. De-icing, inert sep is off. And next checklist, which is the transition altitude. Right, so we're looking forward to flight level 1330. Alright, so we're nearly there. Right, let's check the lights are off. Everything is as it should be. Right, so we're at 13. There we go. Right, so we're not quite at cruise. I think I find about this online. Well, not online. There's ATCs that they just leave you, tell you flight level 130, and they leave you. So I'm going to have to manually request altitude increase.
Addis Ababa Center, TBM 5 to Papa Sierra. Request flight level 200.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Right.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, TBM 5 to Papa Sierra.
200. I can turn the power up slightly. There's slightly there. Right, okay, so let's just go to... you can do it this way if you want. Like that. Or you can just use this way. Okay. Click that. And then want to click 2000. Right, 2000 IAS. And there you can see it just lowers the nose a bit, just to maintain this speed for us. Alright, well it's not doing that at the moment. Let's just take off IAS. Come on. 100. I'm going to have to stop the screen from moving because it's very, very... Oops, not that one. Right, let's try again. Right, that's the feet.
TBM 5 to Papa Sierra, please expedite
I'm trying. I don't know why it's not increasing. There we go. Alright, cool. Oh look, see a rainbow just there. It's nice. Well, that means we may get into rainy weather. Didn't have the flight, the weather for this flight, unfortunately. Right, select a bit more on the power. Okay, right about there. I think I had to abandon my idea for sweeping down and trying to see some wildlife. That's just gone out the window. Right, let's get IAS. See what's going to happen now. That's just dropping down. Okay, that's fine. Much prefer to use IAS. Much prefer that. Let's just click our heading. Get that centered straight up. Right, diff looks good. Right, let's just set this down a bit. Right, so yeah, transition altitude 2994. Just press that. Altimeter set, cab pressurization, pulse lights off, de-icing, inert SEP. Next checklist. Okay, that's our cruise checklist. Oh look, ice. Look at that. I thought we weren't going to get any ice. Okay, so let's just prop the ice and let's put these on. Airframe, the ice, let's put the lot on. Oh, I can't see any ice on the boots actually. I turn that off because you won't be able to see it physically. Right, that should be melting away pretty soon. There you go. It's cool, isn't it? Now, if you're flying in really, really cold climate, so like the other day, a few weeks back actually, I was flying in Switzerland, okay, TBM 850, right? You've got two settings here on the bleed. Now, normally it stays in auto, okay, but if you are flying in Switzerland, right, just leaving it in auto is not going to heat the cab, okay, it will stay pretty cold, right? You do need to boost the bleed high. Okay, so yeah, just remember that for you to get any heat. Yeah, so basically when you boost the bleed, if I show you here, you can see that switched. Okay, that will use the P3 section and give you more power or bleed air. Right, so we're at cruise altitude now, so we want to reduce our power lever to about 88. Okay, round about there. Very, very twitchy to get that set right. On also the prop as well. Down to 19. Can you hear that? You hear that? It just relaxes it a bit. You know, it's not straining itself at such a high rev. Okay, so power lever, a fuel quantity and balance, that's checked. Cabin pressurization, that's good. Now, if you find at some point that your cabin pressurization is high, okay, what you're going to have to do, either you're going to have to descend or use this dump switch, okay. Not advisable really, it does do your ears in, but to get a quick depressurization to the correct pressure, use the dump switch. It will just really quickly depressurize the aircraft to the level that it should be. Alright, de-ice in. Let's turn that off. Well, should I? What's the temp? Temperature 9 degrees C. Okay, let's just turn that off and see what happens. Once again, inert sep is off, ignition on if heavy precipitation. Okay, next one is descent checklist. Okay, utilities, map. There we are. Okay, good. So we are in the cruise. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, I better keep the de-icing on. Come on. Let's not mess about with this. There you go. Right, so when I'm in the cruise, I normally would take it out of 850 mode. Put it back there because, you know, we're not going to go any higher than this. Right, so to the next waypoint we've got, so if I go back here, I can show you on the map. Utoli, then Avagi, and down to the airport. So the utilities, I'm talking about utilities. Right, so if I click on that, it does have like, so the ATC, which is quite good actually. If you are flying online, okay, on VATSIM, then it does actually bring the controller frequency up here, which is really cool. I do like that. And also, if I just show you, where is it again? Utilities, ATC, right, you can actually filter, okay, to in range, okay, filter, no ATIS, yeah, that's really cool. You've got procedures here, nearest airport, waypoint info, traffic. Yeah, that's really cool and very useful as well. Flight timers, trip timer 22 minutes, departure time 15:37. Oh, cool. Right, so we've still got quite a few nautical miles to go. Flight plan, so we are heading towards Imtor. feet. LOV at Love, it's 4,200 feet. Okay, I'm going to check out the charts and see if there's any information for us. Oh, come on. HKLO, waypoint info, elevation 1715. Let's see if there's any weather. Yay, there's weather. Altimeter 1008. Winds, yeah, visibility is good. Winds are out of 80, 4 knots, temperature 33. This is hot. Dew point 13, cloud sky clear. That's good. Cool. Frequencies. No? Alright. Runway info. Got east-west runway. Okay, it's got lighting, traffic. Okay, we should land there before dark. Procedures. Nothing. Okay. Nope, not available. Preview. There it is. Lodwar. Okay. Alright. So 4-2 at Love. Where's Low? Well, Love's about here. Okay. What's the temperature outside? Still 9 degrees. Okay, inside here is 18. Right guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to see you a bit more nearer the airport. Okay, so basically when we're a few miles off, round about before top of descent. I'll see you back there. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Hi everyone, so I'm back again. Just got descent instructions from
TBM 52 Papa Sierra contacts Nairobi Center on 121.3. Good day.
Yeah, I just got descent instructions.
Going to 121.3 TBM 52 Papa Sierra. Nairobi Center TBM 52 Papa Sierra is at flight level 185, descending 3,700 feet.
TBM 52 Papa Sierra Nairobi Center radar contact continue.
Alright. So altimeters, we'll do that in a mo. Cabin altitude, let's turn this to 0. Alright. Pulse lights on. De-icing systems, well, they're off. Okay, let's just power down. Don't need so much power in the descent. I want to get it below 200 so that I can turn on my inert SEP. No, that should be 3.7, that's what she said. Bit fiddly getting that. Right, so let's turn on inert SEP. So that helps reduce your power a bit because the little flap at the front comes out, slows you down a bit. And just wait for that to come up. Right, that's up. Airflow distributor is good. Ignition, yeah, from quantity, yeah, lots of fuel. Auto fuel selector, shift to fullest, well, both pretty much the same. Next checklist, okay, altimeters, so I'm just going to press B. I don't have an altimeter setting. Okay, it says 1011. Set to local, that's good. Next checklist, before landing, cabin lights, altimeters. Right, so it is an east to west landing, so we'll see what ATC does with us. I don't have a decision height. Reference, I'm just going to select 200. Right, no SEP, not above 200. Right, so looking at the power now, gone down a little bit further than what I would like. Just put that back up there, roughly about 160. Right, propeller max, put that back up. So landing gear, you can actually deploy the landing gears after 178 knots and flaps as well. Okay, so that's both of them really. Right, so if we had an ILS, we would select this to VOR1, and that would give you, well actually there would be a setting here for your ILS, and you would select approach. Right, let's put our landing lights on, let's put everything on really. Right, that's where we are. Now they've got, on the map here, it's got this little turn thing, but it doesn't really make any sense. It's not actually turning me toward the runway. So I'm going to have to take ATC instructions with a pinch of salt. It's probably, I don't know, we'll see what it does. runway. Let's have a look. What was the runway? Right, it was runway 9er. Yeah, let's see what ATC does with us. That'll be interesting. Look at the views there, really nice. Just slow our speed down a bit. Do have a VNAV on the GNS 530 right here, and also one on the GNS 750, like here, and there it is, right there. It's going to be a visual landing anyway. Right, so just remember when you level off, your power is going to seep off, so just give it a little bit more. Well, I'm going to select first stage of flaps. I'm just going to deploy the landing gear as well, so yeah, speed check. Straighten up a bit. Okay. Right, see, nav's gone off. I don't know why that happens. I think it's probably when I look outside. Could be. Our landing gear's down, flaps first stage, landing and taxi lights, that's on, autopilot and your damper disconnect. Just see where we are. I hope that get frame rate problems. Right, just a little bit more power. Still some distance out actually. 22.5 nautical miles to LOV. I must say it LOVE. So yeah, 21, and pretty much it's sitting on the airport. That waypoint there. So 1715 is the altitude for the airport. Just checking the altimeter setting again. Yeah, that's set. Utilities, checklists. There we are. See what. So, airport runway is running from east to west. Wow, that scared me. I thought the computer actually froze just then. Turn this map around, you know. I think I can. North up. There we go. Although that's not the correct way, really. Oh, let's put it back. Heading up. Yeah. Track up. There we go. Nothing from ATC whatsoever. Nothing. Right, so those mountains, I dare say, is this little patch here. The airport is just over there, so let's have a look.
Maintain present heading and altitude TBM 52 Papa Sierra.
TBM 52 Papa Sierra Airport is at your 12 o'clock 10 miles. Maintain present heading and altitude, report runway in sight.
Maintain present heading and altitude TBM 52 Papa Sierra.
Right, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to cancel IFR.
Nairobi Center TBM 52 Papa Sierra would like to cancel IFR.
TBM 52 Papa Sierra IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 7000. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Nairobi Center TBM 52 Papa Sierra is tag TBM 8 miles north of Hotel Kilo, Lima Oscar, 3,700 feet. Request flight following.
No, I didn't want flight following.
TBM 52 Papa Sierra Nairobi Center. Squawk 0415.
Squawk 0415 TBM 52 Papa Sierra.
TBM 52 Papa Sierra radar contact 7 miles north of Hotel Kilo Lima.
Right, let's select
3,700 feet.
heading.
Altimeter 29.87.
Roger, TBM 5 to Papa Sierra.
Just divert off a bit so we can get on the base for runway 09er. Nearest airport list. Traffic, not even any control. 9. Okay, so that's us there. So we got this little stream to come across. Now, the airport is right on that stream. There it is, see it? Like that. So I'm going to just at this stage I'm just going to choose my own landing runway. It's going to be landing 27, runway 27. So pretty much running parallel with this stream here. You can see the runway. Yeah, it's the same. Myself ample room. And I'll be turning to base in just a moment. Right, let's turn base. Really irritates me. Got to get this selected right on the knob. That's just crazy. Oh no! Come on! Stop twitching. Right, do you know what? Look, autopilot off, your damper off, and let's fly the thing in, shall we? Right, I have control. Can I select this though? Can I really select this? I need to select 27. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, look at that. Come on. Oh, look at that. It's just really playing silly buggers now. Oh, come on, crazy. This is just crazy. Just gonna have to use that there. Right, come on, fly the aircraft. So the other thing you can do is that when you straighten yourself up, you just press the button on top and that will just help you. Right, just kill off some of my speed. I can see the runway just there. At least I think that's the runway. I have to be careful because I can see all sorts at the moment. It might not be the runway. I'm pointing straight towards it. Wind is bad, tailwind. Right, utilities, checklist, autopilot, flaps. I'm going to bring the speed down. 122. We can select full flaps. Right, let me just check. That is the runway, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean nothing else. Utilities, checklist, flaps full. Oops, let me just get this. Good. And indicating. Right, come. That is definitely the runway. Even though it looks kind of weird. A steeper approach than I already normally do. Right, okay. Speed up to 85. Landing gear is down, flaps are full. Of course I don't know the runway length. Bouncing around like anything. Cool. Just touching the brakes a bit. Getting us slowed down. Forgot I've got reverses as well. Right, flaps up. Right, so this airport has been downloaded from flightsim.to. It's part of the Africa package. So if you check out my video about the world tour, then you'll see the link, or just type out Africa. Hang on, do you know what? I don't think this is the right one actually. I think I'm actually going back out. No, I should have just parked up there, so back around again. Right, got some houses down there. Right, it looks like that's it, really. Oops. Yeah, I think that's it. I just park up. So if I take the next taxiway here, no, it makes no difference. It makes no difference whatsoever. So I'm not quite sure where to put this aircraft, but hey ho, there's no one else here, so I'm just going to turn it up here, leave it here. Alright, cool. Made it safely. Okay, so parking brake is set. Okay. RPMs, just bring it down for a minute. Flaps are up. And the cabin pressure, that is down. Okay, that's back, so we can check that. Want a graphics. There you go. See that? Aircraft and passenger, so they're on the same line, so it is okay to open the doors up. Oops, press unlock. Whew, that was cool. Fresh air. Nice. Alright, so we'll now just shut the aircraft down. You have to let it cool off for a bit. Just put the lever into, just turn the prop down really for a minute, and then you can just shut it down really. I'll just turn everything off here. Cool. Right, so welcome to Lodwar, guys. This is it. In the middle of nowhere. But it's cool though. I like it. This is nice. I would never have come here if I weren't on the world tour. So that's good. Alright, so yeah, that was the next checklist. And after landing, taxi lights, pulse lights off. No, still on. Strobe lights off, landing lights off, de-icing, inertial SEP. Turn that off. Bleed air. Okay, we turn these guys off. Everything you do just triggers a caution. Warning light, bleed air off, weather radar off. Your flaps are up, oxygen supply off. Alright. power lever. Oh, let's go around, sorry. Let's go around. After landing. Oh, that's it really. Unless you want to go to securing. Yeah, securing is shut down. Parking brake set, taxi lights off, bleed air off, cab differential, check that, ready. Air conditioning, power lever, yeah, for 1 minute, idle. Prop, feather for 15 seconds actually. Yeah, so you pull in basically and you just leave it for 1 minute, then prop lever, feather for 15 seconds, and then condition lever cut off. Ah, that's the other one as well. You see, look, it's flashing, so you need to turn it off. And this needs to shut down as well. What else? Auto fuel selector, yeah, we've done that. Manual, tanks off, so you basically just pull this, if I can get a hold of it. No, there you go. Pull that out, tank selector, and SEP is off, exterior lights all off, gyro instruments off. If it's master. If it's master, yeah, that is off. This needs to come off. 1, 2. Yeah, interior lights, ignition off, which is up here. These two guys again, that and that. Ignition off, generator selector. Well, that's on main anyway. Radio master. If I turn the radio master off, it's going to turn this off. Source selector off, crash lever down. Put those down. See, it's turned it off. Yeah. That's it really. That is it. Cool. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, I will be doing more flights on my world tour. So I'll do another one at some point. Alright, so yeah, I enjoyed that. It's really cool. So I'll see what there is to do out here. I'm not going to be here for long. Probably until tomorrow. I will do another flight out of here. I'll just see who's around here, see what's around town. Try the local cuisine. And I'll be off again. Alright, so next destination I've got, or I'm going to, is right, next destination, so I'm here now, Lodwar, so basically Entebbe, that's the next one. Alright, so yeah, much bigger airport, not sure why that is like that. That should be here, joined up. Yeah, so next one's Entebbe, right into Uganda, country with history. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do like the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye for now.